Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is Andy Nguyen, and today we're going to be reviewing the Drop Enter. This keyboard right here, it's a nice little package, entry level for $90. So let's talk about it. If you don't know who I am, my name is Andy. I am a custom mechanical keyboard enthusiast as well as a tech enthusiast. But I come from both worlds. I understand the need to have the best typing sound, feel, aesthetic, but at the same time I know that most of my friends don't care. If I have a coworker that wants a nice keyboard and I tell them that it's gonna cost them at least $100 for the NK65EE, then you gotta get keycaps for $50 to $90, and then switches for about $20 to $50, and you gotta lube them, and then you gotta do this, you gotta do that. Their eyes will glaze over. They don't care. I think the Drop Enter is intended for the market that wants to dip their feet into mechanical keyboards and maybe just leave. Not everyone wants to be a collector, an enthusiast, testing, lubing, spring swapping, filming, and all this stuff. So here's the Drop Enter in all of its glory. It's a TKL keyboard, and TKL means 10 key list, so no number pad. It looks a lot like the Drop Control, but a few things were taken out so that it won't cost as much. This is a $90 fully built mechanical keyboard. Let's not really get into the customization part here because it's already soldered. And because it's already soldered, that's the first thing that's different from the Drop Control. No hot swap. Also, there's no RGB. So the Drop Control has the side glow as well as the per key. This only has per key white LEDs, no RGB. So if you really want that gamer aesthetic, you gotta chalk up a little bit more dough to get the Drop Control, or maybe go into other keyboards if you have that kind of budget. But like the Drop Control, it comes with keycaps. They are PPT keycaps, shine through, so you can see the LEDs pop through. So this is really easy to use in the dark if you work in the dark. I highly recommend turning on a dang lamp though. The switches it comes with, you either have the Gateron Yellow or you have the Halo True. Not a lot of options there, but you got your linear or your tactile. The Gateron Yellow is a linear switch. I really like this switch, but I actually like it more lubed. In the stock form, it's a little bit scratchy, but at least it has a good sound signature. The Halo True is a tactile switch. Think of it as an elevated MX Brown between the MX Brown and Ergo Clear. Unfortunately, tactile switches tend to have a lot of leaf ping, and you can hear it right here. That's a little unfortunate. It is a stock keyboard after all. The switches are not lubed, and on that note, the other thing that would be lubed would be the stabilizers. This keyboard uses plate mount stabilizers, and I really wish they were factory lubed. The NK65EE has factory lube on that keyboard. The Ducky keyboards have a little bit of factory lube on the stabilizers, which really goes a long way because it's already soldered in. You can't really do it yourself. Novel Keys NK65EE is an entry-level 65% keyboard. That is a custom, so it doesn't really come with anything. That has lube stabilizers, but only around the wire, and that's hot swap, so you can do it yourself. But here it is a drawback that it does not have lube stabilizers, which ends up sounding a little rough. So let's listen to it. Why did I go with the Halo True variant of this keyboard? Well, I really wanted to try how they sound as stock. I've used Holy Pandas, which essentially is a Franken switch where they take the Halo True stem and put it into a Trash Panda housing or a Yak Panda housing. You gotta like take it apart and do all this stuff. If you're not interested in custom mechanical keyboards, don't worry about all that. Here, my reasoning was I would prefer a stock tactile over a stock linear, because tactiles, they don't benefit too much from lubing because you don't lube the leaf of the switch. So in terms of smoothness, it still has that kind of friction. In terms of linears, it makes a big difference from going from stock to lubed. So I figured, oh, maybe let's try out the Halo Trues. Maybe they're not too bad stock. Fortunately, they're pingy. Let's move on with the other specs of the keyboard. Of course, to stay modern, it comes with USB-C. This is the cable that it comes with, and this is a keycap puller, really handy in case you want to swap the keycaps out. There were some complaints from other people that the cable was too short. I'm looking at it right here. It is not that short, so let's try to give it a measure. Cable is about 5 feet long. If you consider this short, I don't know about you, but that's almost my entire height. The package is very simple. It is a plastic top, aluminum bottom, no number pad, comes with keycaps, comes with switches, ready to go out of the box. No firmware required, and you just go. That's what some people want out of a keyboard, and that's totally okay. So that's what this is. It's a recommendation I would give toward my friends and family and coworkers that just want an upgrade to the keyboard, but don't want to delve into customs. It's a lot, it's expensive. Not everyone wants to do that, and that's fine. So my coworker that wants a new keyboard, I totally tell them to get a Drop Enter. It is a light package at 2.2 pounds or about 1 kilo. So let's take a look at the quality of the keyboard. I have used this, so it got a little bit of my finger oils and all that. I know like the ano of like custom mechanical keyboards is cleaner, but you know, this is pretty good. The branding's on the back, not visible when it's sitting on the desk. No big deal. The USB-C is a little bit recessed. At least it's a precision cutout for the USB-C, not a large gaping hole like some other keyboards. So what do I like about this keyboard? Well, I like the fact that it's $90. Looking at this, remember, TKL, 10 keyless, no number pad, but also retaining the entire navigation cluster. That's hard to get for $100. The Akko keyboards, the Varmillo keyboards, they're all a little bit over $100. The MSRP of other Logitech and Razer keyboards, those are around 130, but on sale right now, they are around 100. But in terms of an aluminum keyboard, this is aluminum bottom. It's not full aluminum, unfortunately, it has a plastic top. There are no other competitors. The Ducky 1 TKL is a $100 TKL, but it's a plastic build. It's a nice plastic build. You don't get the stiffness of aluminum. Yeah, this board ain't flexing. They ain't flexing. Because of the aluminum bottom. Plastic keyboards, they sound like plastic keyboards, they look like plastic keyboards. For what you pay for, I think this is a great option. There has been an argument that this is a rebranded version of a Chinese keyboard, which it is, because that's what these companies do. They buy them, they revamp it with their software, they add LEDs or something like that. So this right here has LEDs. It has the drop software for controls. Using the function, you can increase and lower the per key LED brightness. And they put on the keycaps from drop, they shine through. It's pretty solid. I don't really have anything against the company for doing that, but I thought it would be good to mention that they didn't make this from scratch. So compared to the other options, the drop alt, which is a 65% keyboard, goes about here. That's $180. It has the RGB, it has the hot swap. It looks cool. I think it's also $180. It's a little much. And the drop control is $200. So if you want the RGB and the hot swap, double the cost of this. Not everyone cares about the hot swap. I've given away keyboards that have hot swap, and I know for damn sure that they're not going to change the switches. And if they are, they're going to come back to me and I can help them get something else rather than dealing with all the switches. So the value proposition is amazing in this board. I like the fact that it's aluminum bottom, so it feels a little bit more quality. It has a per key LEDs, so you can see in the dark. But what do I not like? As a custom mechanical keyboard enthusiast, I cannot pretend that this sounds good. For the standards of an enthusiast that expects their keyboard to sound like ASMR videos, this is not it. But at the same time, if you want that kind of quality, $90 for a full package is just not gonna happen. Absolutely no way. The cheapest option for a keyboard in the custom world is the NK65E from Novel Keys, and that is $99. Cool, that's about the same price, but it comes with no switches, it comes with no keycaps. So if you're trying to fill out even that smaller 65% keyboard, that's gonna cost you like 20 bucks. And then some keycaps, the cheapest keycaps possible will cost you about 50 bucks. So now your $100 keyboard is now 170, and you gotta compare it with the $90 one. So in terms of sound, the switch is pink. So I can't ignore that. The stabs do not sound great. I did try to get some lube onto the wire using a brush. So let's give it a listen. Admittedly, it's still a little noisy, but it is better than what it was before. Because of that, I'd actually recommend most people go through the Gateron Yellow route. The Gateron Yellows are a much cheaper switch, so if you're going to desolder the switches out, you'll get better value going with the Halo Trues, but let's assume you're not going to do all that. Because you're watching this video, you're probably not an enthusiast that wants to desolder switches out of a pre-built keyboard. Go with the Gateron Yellows. they're gonna sound better. They're not gonna ping as much. And in terms of the case itself is a little pingy because of the aluminum, but that's just what you're gonna have to deal with at this price point, unfortunately. Final thoughts, at $90, it's an easy recommendation for someone that I know is not gonna get into customs. Not everyone wants to get into customs. Maybe they're just a PC enthusiast, they just want a nicer keyboard. They don't want a custom keyboard, they don't wanna spend $500, they don't wanna spend $1,000 on it. That's okay. This is the board for them. For my coworker that wants a new board, this is the board for them. For someone that is as nerdy as me that really wants to get into this and make a Switch sound bulky, this ain't it. For a custom mechanical keyboard enthusiast, this ain't it. If you really want to hear ASMR out of your keyboard, this ain't it because it's gonna cost you more than $90. Alright, that's the video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I know this is like a weird thing for an enthusiast to talk about, but I really want to look at all options across the spectrum for people with low budgets, high budgets, medium budgets, whatever. If you want to talk about this keyboard, make sure you drop a comment down below. Make sure you visit my Discord and make sure you visit my streams. I stream at 6:30 on Monday, stream at 6:30 on Wednesday, and 10 a.m. on Saturdays. Hopefully I see you on Twitch or on Discord. Alright, peace.